Imagine a snake so colossal it could swallow a crocodile whole, a creature straight out of a nightmare lurking in the steamy jungles of ancient South America. This isn't just a monster from a movie. This was a real animal. Today, we're diving deep into the world of Titanoboa, the largest snake that ever lived. 60 million years ago, long after the dinosaurs vanished, the world was a very different place. The tropics were hotter and wetter, creating a perfect paradise for reptiles to grow to terrifying sizes. And in this prehistoric hothouse, Titanoboa reigned supreme. Forget about the anacondas and pythons of today. They're like garter snakes compared to this behemoth. So, how big was it really? Based on fossil discoveries, scientists estimate Titanoboa reached lengths of over 42 feet, or about 13 meters. That's longer than a school bus. And its weight, a staggering 2,500 pounds, or over 1.1 metric tons. To put that into perspective, the heaviest snake alive today, the green anaconda, tops out at around 550 pounds. Titanoboa was nearly 5 times heavier. At its thickest point, its body would have been as wide as your waist. Just trying to picture a snake of that scale is mind. The discovery of this giant is a fascinating story in itself. It all started in a massive open-pit coal mine in Cerrejón, northern Colombia. This mine is a treasure trove of fossils, a window into the Paleocene epoch, the period right after the dinosaur extinction. In 2009, a team of paleontologists, while sifting through countless fossils of giant turtles and crocodiles, stumbled upon something extraordinary. A vertebra, a backbone, unlike anything they had ever seen. It was massive. At first, they might have thought it belonged to a giant crocodile, which were common in this ancient ecosystem, but upon closer inspection, the shape was unmistakably that of a snake, and based on the size of this single bone, they could calculate the size of the entire animal. The result was so shocking, so much larger than any known snake, that it sent waves through the scientific community. They named it Titanoboa cerrejonensis, meaning titanic boa from Cerrejón, living in a hot, humid, swampy jungle. What did a monster like this eat? Well, when you're the biggest predator around, you eat whatever you want. The Cerrejón fossil site gives us some big clues. Alongside Titanoboa fossils, scientists found the remains of giant turtles with shells the size of a dining table and massive prehistoric crocodiles called acarant. These weren't small prey. We're talking about crocodiles that were themselves over 15 feet long. Unlike venomous snakes, Titanoboa was a constrictor, just like its modern relatives, the boas, but the force it could generate was on another level. It would ambush its prey from the water, a silent giant striking with lightning speed. Once it had its victim in its coils, it would squeeze. Scientists estimate the constricting force of Titanoboa could have been over 400 pounds per square inch. That's like having the entire weight of the Brooklyn Bridge piled onto your chest. There was no escape. One of the key reasons Titanoboa could grow so large was the climate. Snakes are cold-blooded or ectothermic, which means their body temperature and metabolism are dictated by the environment around them. To sustain a body the size of Titanoboa, the ambient temperature needed to be consistently high. Researchers calculated that for a snake this big to survive, the average annual temperature in its habitat must have been around 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 32 degrees Celsius. That's significantly warmer than most tropical rainforests today. This ancient world was a supercharged greenhouse, allowing life to reach incredible proportions. The ecosystem of Cerrejón 60 million years ago was a world of giants. The rivers were choked with lungfish the size of a person. The forests were home to some of the earliest relatives of bananas and chocolate. It was a true lost world, dominated by reptiles who had taken over the ecological niches left vacant by the dinosaurs. Titanoboa was the apex predator of this world, the undisputed king of the jungle. It had no natural enemies. Its only concerns were finding its next giant meal and surviving the intense heat. So, could a snake like Titanoboa exist today? The short answer is no. The primary reason is the climate. Even in the hottest parts of the Amazon or Southeast Asia, the average temperatures aren't high enough. The giant anacondas and pythons we have today are likely pushing the limits of what's possible in our current climate. But it's a tantalizing thought, isn't it? The idea that deep in some unexplored corner of the world, a descendant of this giant might still be lurking. While scientifically impossible, it's the stuff of legends and campfire stories. It speaks to our primal fear and fascination with these incredible creatures. The discovery of Titanoboa did more than just give us a new monster for the history books. It completely changed our understanding of what was possible for life on Earth after the dinosaurs. It showed us that in the right conditions, evolution can produce wonders that defy our imagination. It also provided a crucial data point for understanding past climates, helping scientists model how ecosystems respond to changes in global temperature. The fossils from the Sardian mine are a snapshot of a critical moment in Earth's history. It was a time of recovery and experimentation as life rebounded from a mass extinction and forged new paths. And at the very top of this new world order was a snake of such epic proportions that its very existence seems like a fantasy. But Titanoboa was real, a true titan from a lost world, a reminder of the incredible and sometimes terrifying power of nature. What do you think? Could a creature like this ever evolve again in the distant future? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the amazing history of our planet. See you next time.